All right, so we've got our dashboard created, we got our expense tracker created, and we've saved it as a template. So now every month you could do a file new and create a brand new document for that month based off the template that we just created. All right, start to get our expenses under control and start to understand really where our money's going. We could track it all right there. All right, we're going to switch gears. In this section, we're going to talk still about our finances, but we're going to talk about two functions inside of Excel that are going to help us when we go to take out a loan and as we perform investments. Let's take a look at the first one. We're going to talk about loan payments through Microsoft Excel. So let's get back into our original file. Let's get back into that personal finances -01. You can ignore that right there. Find that file. You can do File, Open, and it should be in your recent list. But let's get back there. All right, once you have that file open, let's go into the loan payment calculator. Now, I've created a couple of simple little tables here for us to work with. We've got the loan calculator section where we've got an amount for the loan, an interest rate for the loan, the number of payments, and the monthly payment field. Now, I've also created some calculations here that are already set up that'll show us, once this is filled out, what the total interest paid over the lifetime of the loan and the overall total paid interest and principal. What did we actually pay after the 5 years or 7 years or whatever we set up the term for? Off to the right, we've got a table that's going to break it down for each payment so you can see exactly what is happening. All right. So first off, amount. Let's just imagine, right? Some loan here. I'm going to say I'm out going to purchase a new car and I'm going to spend $32,000 on that car. So I'm going to say $32,000 is going to be my present value, the initial value for my loan. And you see that our table started doing something there. It's not quite done yet. Our interest rate, I don't know. They're kind of all over the place today, right now, as of this recording. 4% would be a deal at this point. So I'm going to say, you know what, maybe I qualify for a 6% interest rate for that $25,000. The number of payments, right? We can set up the term there. I've created a nice little drop down using data validation like we talked about earlier, where I can say I'm going to have a 36-month term, 48, 60, 72, or 84. Let's say for now I'm going to say 60, so a typical 5-year loan for a vehicle. Now here's where the magic comes into play. The monthly payment. That's what I want to know. I want to know how much I'm going to spend every month for a $32,000 loan at a 6% interest rate for the next 60 payments. 5 years. All right, every month we got a payment due. What is it? Well, built into Excel, we have a function called payment, or PMT. That's the name of the function, PMT. It's payment. So I'm going to hop into my D11 cell there, and I'm going to start to create this function. I'll say equals PMT. Look at that. There it is right there. I'll give that a click, and it opens up the parentheses, and now I can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential things that it needs in order to do its job. In reality, we're only going to use the first 3, the rate, the number of payments, and the present value. So for the rate, I'm going to grab the D7 cell, and I'm going to divide that by 12. It's an annual percentage rate, so we're going to divide that over 12 months. Then I'm going to do a comma. The next thing it wants to know is NPER, or the number of payments. So here, I'll grab D9. That's good to go. Right now we got 60 payments, comma, and then PV is the present value of the loan. So I'll grab D5, that 32,000. And that's it. I'll close the parentheses, hit my enter key, and it figures it out for us. So for the next 60 months, for a $32,000 loan at 6% interest rate, we're going to be paying roughly $618 a month. Now it's red, it's in parentheses because it's denoting it as a negative value, but I can change that. I'm going to go back to my formula here of cell D11, and just after the equal sign, just before the function name, I'm going to put a negative sign, just a dash in there, hit my enter key, and it'll turn it positive for us. I do that because the rest of the calculations rely on a positive value. So now I can see not only are we going to be paying roughly $618 a month for that $32,000 loan at a 6% interest rate for the next 60 months, but total interest at the end of that 60 months or 5 years, if you just make the bare minimum payment, $618.65, we're going to pay a total interest of $5,118.98. So an additional on top of the present value, that $32,000 original loan that we took out, we'll pay an additional roughly $5,000. We can see here that our final amount with interest and the original principal will pay $37,000 for that car. That's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Off to the right, we've got a table there that's going to give you a breakdown of each payment that you make. So we got month number 1, we got the original $32,000 there. Our payment is $618. Principal, what goes towards principal on that amount is $458, and what goes towards interest is $160. It gives us a balance after that payment towards principal. We have $31,541. And then it continues month 2, same deal. We're slowly chunking away from that. And then down here at the bottom, finally get to that 60 payment, and we roughly owe $3 in interest, but our payment will take over and finish off that loan. So pretty cool. But this is the payment function, PMT. Just 3 little things. The interest rate divided by 12, because it's that annual percentage rate. We got the number of payments, whether it's 60 months, 72 months, 48 months, whatever, and the present amount, the present value, and it'll figure out the monthly payment for us. And don't forget, if you want the positive, we just slap that negative sign at the beginning, and it turns it into a positive value for us. There's our payment. Try this out. Jump into there, drop in an amount, pick an interest rate, pick your term, your number of payments, and use the payment function to find out what your monthly payment will be. Try it out.